All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. All right, cool. So, what are we looking at today? Um, I want to do more of a breakdown for this particular week. I think we're bullish. I mean, you look at how last week's candle closed, swept the lows, very, very strong close. So I think we do continue higher. Ultimately, I think we get up into this area. Um, I'm not saying this is where I'm targeting for the week. I'm not, but I do think we do come up to at least this before anything else kind of happens. Now if you go down to the daily, this is the first target of the week that I'm going to be looking at. I don't think the direction of price is going to change until we at least hit this. Yeah, on a day-to-day basis, it may go up, down, but I do think this is the target for the week, um, specifically for this week. And who knows? I mean, we may just go up straight to the weekly target, which is this high. Yeah, she just not the weekly target, but the overall target. Let me just kind of put that in there. Is it that high? Yeah, it's this high. So that's kind of the bias going in, right? I'm looking for longs pretty much for the entire week. Now, cutting down to a no, it's an hour. On the hour chart, we have something pretty interesting that's happened, which I don't typically like. I like for this to be swept before we do anything, which is the midnight open. So our midnight open is still technically active, so I do have to keep that in mind. Um, I like it when midnight open is swept and then we continue going about our day, which is kind of not what happened here at all. We didn't sweep midnight open, we just kind of exploded on up, now creating a new high from this candle, which is very bullish. This is an extremely bullish candle. I'm going to check to see if there's news. I don't think so, but this is kind of weird. So on to a 15 minute, which is what this side is. What is it that we have? We have equals, we have trendline liquidity, low resistance liquidity here, right? All of that. That's liquidity, liquidity. So we have all this liquidity, um, which I personally think will be a target at some point in the near future. Gonna keep that off my chart though. So if I have to look now at price and what price is doing, I mean, obviously we're just trucking on up, but we haven't really taken any liquidity anywhere. On a 5 minute, on a 15 minute, nowhere has taken any significant liquidity for us to keep pushing higher. So in my opinion, I today I'm going to be looking for shorts before we ultimately, in my opinion, again go higher for the rest of the week. Um, just kind of based off liquidity and how liquidity is developing. I mean, yes, we have these equals in here, and now we're exploding on up, but that doesn't quite make too much sense to me. That we just continue going higher without taking any forms of liquidity. 2 minute, technically, we take these internals, but again, there's no major lows or 1 minute swing or 1 to 5 minute swing lows that have been taken. So, um, I kind of looking at this to potentially come lower, even though this candle is clearly indicating that we want to go much higher. But I need some form of something to help me out here. Um, just checking this. Technically, this is the liquidity suite. So interested if this lines up with the. No, it doesn't. Okay. All right. Which. Right, that's the one I want. Okay. So yeah, just kind of gotta be patient, see what this price delivers, and move accordingly. But as of right now, this doesn't look very good. And I'll say very good. It doesn't look as though it wants to give us any form of entries, but we do have an hour and 15 minutes before. Um, we have an hour and 15 minutes of price action to tell us kind of what we're looking for. How I would kind of expect this to kind of go is price come into this breaker like that, and potentially give us some form of something to go higher or lower, right? All depends on how price delivers. But how I'm looking at this is we did just take the high from last week. We do have a low. We have this low down here that's liquidity that hasn't been swept. We have London low here, 8:30 open here, which was just swept. But yeah, just check to see if there was any news came out. Oh, Jolts tomorrow. Okay, okay, that'll be interesting to see. So what I'm gonna do here is going to look at his earnings season. So today being Monday, who has come out today? Waste management is a pretty big one. Something crazy though. Waste management is tonight. Oh, they're the one with the biggest market cap. Fomento Economics Mexicano. Whatever the hell that is. Was anything came out over the weekend or last night? No. Wish I could go back a little bit more. Yes. Came out Friday, Thursday. Google came out on Thursday. Uh, okay, cool. Yeah, what I'm looking at there, I don't know. This should have been the entry here, but it's just a little risky. This one, this one here is risky. We did close below, but risky. Technically, you'd be break even right now on it. Um, so yeah, coming into this breaker, and see what price presents us. into the breaker. Change to the H. What's an H? Yeah, this looks as though it kind of wants to go down. We'll see how this closes, and I will make a judgment call for the 10 o'clock candle based out based off how this excuse me how this closes. I'm thinking that all this liquidity gets swept out though. I do think we come down to these levels in here, which is kind of crazy to think of, but it's kind of what I think. But we'll see what the 10 o'clock candle presents to us. Damn, I'm sure that would have been a good one.
Happens.
Crazy, 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 crazy. Damn, what a trade that would have been. Oh well, missed opportunity there. I personally think. I don't know. I've been burned on these before. This first what do you call it? Inverse. I've been burned on these before. So yeah. Oh well, bias is working out correctly. I think. Will I be able to get any form of an entry? I have no clue. I'm just kind of waiting on 10 o'clock to hopefully help me out here. I wonder if anyone actually took that short. Jesus Christ. This thing is just dumping, man. Just dumping. Jesus Christ, this is crazy. But it is doing exactly what I said it would do. Unfortunately, there is nowhere to enter. This would have been the best one to enter, but hey, it is what it is, right? This thing just took off, man. This thing just took off. I'm so close to that target too. Hmm. How would I feel comfortable taking this trade? Short. Um, if it were we came up into this area, the breaker with some form of displacement, might be able to take something, um, continue short. However, we did just take a boatload of liquidity out of the market. Boatload. This is London lows. However, we still do have midnight lows, which have not been taken as yet. We just confirmed that. Sorry, not calling that a sweep of liquidity. One tick lower. I'm not sure I want to call that a sweep of liquidity, but we'll kind of see. Here's the thing. Why would I take this first one when I have one, two, three, ultimately four different FEGs? Doesn't make sense. Wait for price to develop a little bit more. Did we sweep liquidity? Of course we did. It's probably something I should have marked out over here. Um, but didn't. Um, it's probably actually something I should have put in there like that, but I didn't, so it is what it is. Alright. So, right. So, did we come into the 50% of this? Pretty much. Respect to the 50%. Just check the other time frames real quick before anything pops off. Man, this looks crazy on a 5 minute. Liquidity smashed, man. In theory, we should be going up from here. I'm just saying. In theory, we should be going up from here. However, this is still kind of concerning me for some reason. Something's telling me that we still want to go down there. This isn't an official trade, but this is how my brain is looking at it. Targeting this down here. Right. Why is it not an official trade? Well, we haven't closed below any of these inverses. See this on a 2 minute. It's too many. This doesn't make sense. There are too many. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make. We just swept a boatload of liquidity. It doesn't make sense for us to come back down already, considering there's no liquidity on this entire leg. That just doesn't make sense. This one technically made sense because we swept liquidity from the high on last week's high. So obviously there's a bit of liquidity there, and we knew that we had internal liquidity here. So really and truly, we want this internal liquidity so we can go higher. That was before we did this crazy push up. So as I think about it, I think we're bullish from here. Um, I think we are bullish from here. My only issue is I don't have anywhere of which to take any form of entry. That's really my issue. Today's messy, man. Oh, stuck a rock in a hard place. Hmm. Interesting. This is what this looks like. Breaker, FEG, reaction. But who knows, man? Some scary PA. would be cool from here is, so you have this liquidity building. If it were price came down, whoops, came down, sucked out liquidity, gave us some form of an inverse, then we could take it on up. Um, I As of right now, I don't exactly know where price was going. I did know where it was going earlier, but now I am kind of lost. But that's just kind of how I'm thinking of it. Still nothing. Now to me, it looks like we're building liquidity on both sides. Hmm. Swept out sell side and swept out buy side, and now we have this inverse. This is looking interesting. Now this thing is just pushing too damn hard though. The other buy side, swept out the sell side. We'll see where this closes. Mm, I mean, we do have a very clear manipulation range. We didn't close, obviously, but this is our clear manipulation range. I'll do it. Why not? We'll see. And then this is going to be a buy stop up here, a little bit higher. Buy stop. Yeah, just about there. Break even point's going to be here. So break even is going to be here. Covering this high. Really and truly, we should be coming down here at a minimum. See if I can put on the buy limits down there. I actually don't think this is a bad trade at all. Taking into context, we've pushed lower, we've come back up to the equilibrium of that push. We had equals on both sides. We set the sell side equals, came through, we set the buy side. We had displacement sweeping the buy side. We have an inverse FVG. We clearly come down, we break that inverse. This is very clearly a manipulation, very clear. We pushed lower to go higher and take out the highs before going lower. I think this is going to work out swimmingly. Target is, it has to be 2 standard deviations because that's what I always do. Well, not always, but that's what I will do. First target is going to be these lows. And we'll see how price progresses. But pretty much the moment we cross this, I'm break even. And that's break even. Accept. And guess what? We may just come right back up and get out break even. Um, which is okay because I'm following my rules. So, yeah. Well, this is going to be the first target here. So I'm going to put in one buy limit here. Buy limit. Oh, one buy limit here. Just one buy limit here. Buy limit. There we go. Then I'm going to put another buy limit at my 2 standard deviations, wherever the hell that is. So down here. Um, Actually, kind of hard to see, to be honest. I think it's about there. Let's do another buy limit here. Boom. And that's essentially going to be the trade. So as though we're pushing quite well, which is nice to see. Well, it might be getting tapped out break even here. We'll see. I'm just gonna leave it though. I'm not touching it. Yeah, we're gonna get tapped out. Mm, well, it was a good trade. Trade made sense. Broke it down, and there we go. So break even is what it is. Delete these before price comes down here and I get screwed. So yeah, break even is what it is. Decent trade as far as I'm concerned. Did what it did. Followed my rules. I need to make this shit darker though. Followed my rules. Um, so yeah, I'm not mad at all about it. Just tired of all these break evens though. Jeez, man. So many break evens. So I'll save as SD. Go. So many break evens. It's getting annoying, to be honest. It is getting annoying. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for the day. I'm gonna sign out. And yeah, hope everyone has a good day. Let me just kind of draw this in here. Drop this in my chat. This was first target, and second target was two standard deviation. Oh, I don't have those in there. 2 SD, just down here. Then I had probably could look to enter this long, or you could have looked to enter this long just now. Yeah. Then I had what else did I have going on here? See if sell side, see if buy side. This is so weird. We swept sell side, then we swept buy side, then we swept sell side again, and now we're going higher. Crazy, 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 crazy kind of day. Um, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. Actually, a ridiculous type of day, to be honest. So, all right, that's gonna be the stream. Break even on today.